pretty nice pictures and illustrations throughout the box. The lights on the side as well as the exhaust lights, I think it's kind of a weird gimmick, but nonetheless, whatever. Alright, let's look inside of here. So, right off the top, you get a manual, multi-language information. Let's see what everybody wants to see first. Got the antenna already glued on. Weird little something here, probably for the tail wheel, but like some doors, I guess, simulate the hatch to close behind the doors. A clear thing here, probably an LED for those multi-LED setups. Got like a multi function plug-in area. That's cool. See if I can get some light in there for you. So it's got a board that's kind of glued into the phone. Got all your little slots for all your, I guess that must be the multiple lights around the bird. Something that may or may not get plugged in for myself. Your servos and some more plug-ins, I guess, for whatever else. Guess we'll see when we get into it. Piece of foam. Main wing. Nice. Quite big. Hard to tell usually, and some people don't understand measurements very well because they don't deal with them for work or anything. So looking at it against something is usually a better way to look at it. Pinch hinge, got the clevis and stuff installed. Got a little piece of rod on both the hinge and the control surface and the elevator. You got your removable pylons, nose cap, and a goodie bag. Got a little USB. Oh, a USB charger. Looks like it's wow, 2.5. Oh, input, output 2. Oh, okay. You got 2 amps out of that. That's actually decent compared to some of the stuff you get, like 500 milliamps or whatever. You got your scale-looking wheels and such. That's all of that stuff. The screws for the wing and such. An Allen screwdriver. A multi-wrench that can do like some hexes and stuff. Then you got these really scaled looking renditions. The tires are the kind of foam that you squeeze it and it stays, but it's actually kind of squishy. Not the hardest landing, I would say, but not super soft either. Let's see what comes next. Oh, sorry, missed it. The props. These are nice. Big props. Got a little lightning bolt on it. Scale looking stuff. That's it for the box. Let's see what's underneath. If I can get it out eventually one day. There it is. Great. I would say it's not. It doesn't look like the other ones for the smaller Warbirds. Oh, it's got writing on it. 6G sensor, 6G 3D, DR and light control. Alright, a little something going on. Doesn't look like this light ups at all. But you do have your trims, and it's pretty, got some tension on it. The other ones kind of almost flop around by themselves. And these are nicer than you normally get. Oh, and it's a 2-piece. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. So if you do need to, if you like to have that really dramatic control surface, you can like screw this out until the end, put a couple of turns back on it and lock this down to get that really long throw for your stick movements and such. I don't know if that makes a big difference for you, but you can look at that, like how much further this is out. So let's see what comes next. This takes 6 batteries. I haven't seen something take 6 batteries in a really long time. So this is really nice. Oh, it's got like a little hatch. The battery goes in there. This is the motor connection. This is the battery connection. And there's the battery. So that's the battery cable. Let's see. Decent storage. Battery's still good. It's like this is a speed control here. Separate speed control from the rest of the board. Normally these smaller ones have everything built into this one board, but this one doesn't. Looks like it's the speed control right there. 3 bars coming out. Try to tie that up a little bit, but anyway, that's the way it came with the box. Your brushless motor right there. Nice. Alright, we'll see what the first step is in installing it. First thing is to just slide the tail in, and there's a slot right there. I'll take it back out. So yeah, you just slide it in the hole, kind of wiggle it till you get it, and then you can see the screw hole line up there. Let me get the screw. So that's all your screw types. You get 2 of these bigger long ones, 2 long ones that are smaller, 2 of these, 2 of these, 4 of these. So I got it in. I got the hole lined up, but it's gonna be a little hard to exactly time right because you can't see it once you put the tail in there. But anyway, I'm screwing it into the hole. I'll pause for that. So in the first step, they tell you to put the stabilizer in like you saw, and then they tell you to use the locks, you know, then put this screw is to 5 whatever 23 p.m. None of the other screws, when I put them through the hole, went deep enough to be the correct one, other than one's identical. They only had 2 of them, so the one identical to this is the correct screw. So the next step for putting the wing on, they reference this 16, which is the only screw that'll make it the distance, is the next size screw, which is smaller but longer than the rest. And I'll show you this going through the hole. It sticks out that much, which has to go into this plastic insert right here and screw in, and I screwed it in, it locks in. So that's got to be the right one, because if I take another screw and drop it in this hole, it doesn't come out far enough. You see that? Just like a nub. So it won't definitely be able to go into that restrictor hole any kind of way. So just something I'd like to notice, you know, a note in case you put them together and you run across the same issue. That's the answer. So then I connected the control surfaces of the wing, and the first page gives you like a little diagram of where things go, and aileron is like the second one up. So then I plug that in there. It's not the, I don't feel the most comfort about it because it still rocks a little bit, but I tugged on it. It's tight in there. Of course, when I tug again, I'm gonna make sure it's fully seated again. Don't want to figure out with vibration that it's not. Anyway, then you got this little bus here with all these places to plug all these silly lights in. I'm gonna do that off camera, obviously, because it takes long and they're tedious and small. Might end up taking them back apart eventually anyway. So if you're watching this and you come to this part where you got to plug the lights in, there's this bus bar with all of them. They're all going to be parallel. I figured out that this little tool that comes with a lot of the kits that you get to do, like for servo leads and the connectors, it's just a little pointy tweezer, right? A regular tweezer isn't this pointy. It's very pointy. As you can see, I got it stabbed into the 2 slots where the locking pins go for the device, and man, it was so hard to get in with any other method. So anyway, if you put it in here, and I find that I can get it locked into the location where it goes, because it's quite deep. You can't fit your finger in there, so I work it in and get it in there, and then once I do, I take a flat bedded screwdriver, hold on it, and then pull the tweezer device out, or the tool out. So that's how you do that easy. All right, I'm gonna attempt to show you on video. So I have it in there pretty good, and now I'm going to push down on this with that and just pull the tweezer out, which you're not gonna be able to see from that height, but I'll try. All right, and of course I dropped the tweezer, but now I'm gonna make sure it's pushed all the way in with the flat part of the screwdriver, and that's it. From there, I'm gonna push all my cables forward so that they don't get tied up into the servo area. They gotta pass right underneath the arm for the to plug into the front devices. So anyway, without having to deal with that, and then you kind of slip everything in, and then this piece goes into there, and now you can see all your stuff in the hole there. But I'm gonna go ahead and push it back, because that's gonna be the area I'm gonna use to tuck my battery cables to, and it's still gonna be in front of the servos because it's down at the bottom. So all right, let me get this screw, put this in the hole. All right, tighten it up now. Seems pretty good. Put a little quarter on it, and then you're starting to see what it looks like. Wings and tail on. All right, let's see what's next. So another situation with these screws. I got this bomb pod. I'm listening to so many people say this. I got this drop tank on here. These aren't bombs at all ever. Anyway, the only screws I can see that kind of correspond. These have a countersunk head. They sit flat on the wing, so these gotta be the ones for this. You'll see when you get yours, if you're putting it together, trying to figure out which screw goes to what, because they have weird sizing on their paperwork. But anyway, these thread in easy, and it comes with 4, I guess, because you're probably going to be taking these off and on and maybe lose the screw, so they gave you an extra couple. Let me get the other side done. Alright, the next step is to put the wheels on. If you were to imagine this folding down into this little chamber and you set your wheel on here, you can see, so you don't mix up the two sides, is all I'm really trying to point out. So this one goes this way because that's the way the flare on the little skirt would fit in if it was kind of going, which the lines don't match up perfect, but that's my way of thinking of it anyway. So hopefully that's right. I think it is, but now that's that. Can sit up. A little unstable, but these wheels are more for looks than anything. The last screw is this little cap screw with an Allen, and I said did come with the said Allen to fit that. So if you look from the side view, you can see how this ended up here. I'm gonna go ahead and show you. I'm pretty confident this is the configuration. If I were to put the wrong wheel on, you would end up with that look, and it even looks odd while it's sitting on there. So, and then you can see the way the wheel is kind of sitting. Now watch when I put this one on. Yeah, it looks perfect. Next, you install the prop. There's a flat spot on the shaft. You gotta get lined up, and slides right on. Put your prop nut on, and of course it comes with a cool wrench. Alright, so then After that, your nose cone. Alright, I was wondering if it was threaded because it took a long time to get in. Alright, this seems like that's it. Next steps kind of go to battery cover and such, and then the radio. Let me investigate some of that. So that's the whole thing. You got this dual rate on the remote, and set it down, see if I can get you to see this. So you can see the slight movement of the control surface. If I hit the control surface and hold it, hit the dual rate button. See, you got to switch modes. I'm not really familiar with this system. Alright, so there you go. So while you have the 6G sensor activated, or 2 clicks, 1 click. So in 1 click, you have control of your dual rates. If it's 2 clicks, dual rates don't work. So 1 click, I'm going to show you the surface. Right? Try to hit it with my elbow. Well, when I'm holding it sideways, it's auto-correcting for the angle I'm holding it at anyway, so kind of hard to show you, but you get the dual rate thing going, and it does seem to work. You got your 6G 3D and then 6G sensor, I guess 6G on and off. So when you hit the 6G on, it's auto-correcting. You can turn the whole 6G system off so you're flying fully manual. Alright, so then within that, you can hit this 6G 3D, and I guess, like, to me that turns it back on. And then it's in a safe mode. So turn, it doesn't give you much back either, because I mean, like, the aircraft's only going to turn that much before it starts to auto level you out. So up, and then probably going to need more throughout these control surfaces. But then when you hit the button again, you go to 6G, it goes up a lot more, but then no safe mode. So that's how you turn safe on and off. Yeah. So this button turns safe off and on, and this turns AS3X, or the stabilization system, off and on. Very confusing, and nothing like the regular Warbirds that you deal with, but this is a brushless, much bigger model, so definitely should be fun. And that prop and swinging on there is so beautiful with that yellow tip. Alright, I'll do a video of this flying and then add it to it. Alright, we got the P51. It's wanting to turn. Yep, let me go ahead and definitely play with that tail wheel. What's up? It's actually flying very predictable.
It's getting bouncing all around, but it's fine to it. Try and change it to single rate. Still sound pretty good.
It looks good.
It looks really good. Tempted to take the wheels off though. Back to the dual rate. Alright, let's get up a little altitude, see what we can do up high. Try to keep flying that way so we don't go into the sun. Let's see, I'm gonna come back and go along and see if I can do a loop. Don't even follow me back there. And it's fun.
Oh,
I don't know if this thing has telemetry or nothing, so I better think about landing.
try to land.
Yes, sir.
All right. Straight up. Oh.
Dang, dropped off both of the bombs.
Jeez.
I mean,